My name is Bodhi, and I just bought this home with 50 criminal reports tied to it. I did it because I've always wanted my own home. So I thought a place with squatters, drug deals, foot chases, gunplay, and vandalism was a perfect place to start. No, I was able to afford the house because of its condition, and living here was the only way to stop all the criminal activity from happening. This is going to be difficult with all the problems that come with the house. But I'm committed, and I plan on moving in before winter. The conditions were so bad I had to get the home cleaned. This is what it looked like before. I've cleaned the house enough to work in it, but there's still a lot of problems I'm just uncovering.
Okay.
The house has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And just look at the condition that the squatters left this place in. The bathrooms were in such bad shape that I had to completely gut them before even starting work on the house. Anyway, let's see what the crawl space looks like.
Oh my God!
God.
But go ahead and close that back up.
But it's not all bad. See, I made an arrangement with the homeowner to get a new roof on the house before I purchased it. That way I'd have safe and dry conditions to start rebuilding my new home. If we found that much so far, imagine what we're going to find tomorrow when I start demo. I'm going to try to give this house a second chance all by myself, so stick around to see how well I do.
Today's my first day working on the house. There's so many issues. Floors are so they're just covered in sticky slime. You step on them. So I just tore them all out. There's no reason to keep all that. I did it quick too. I bet myself I could do it in under 2 hours, and I actually did it probably in an hour and a half. But then I found this! And this really set me off, because that means that there's a bunch of rot. And I don't want rot in my house. After further investigation, I found that the rot went all the way through the floor. And I couldn't figure out where it came from, so I checked the sink. Nope, not at the sink. The whole wire exploded, and that's when I realized that there was the dishwasher behind all this damage. It had flooded for probably years, creating this massive pool of rot that, well, I'm gonna deal with tomorrow. Yesterday I found out years of water damage completely destroyed my kitchen floor, and so now I think the whole kitchen has to go. The floors underneath were way worse than I thought, and at one point they even tried to swallow me. I was tired of rot, but I still had energy, so I thought I'd take out this wall. It's in the way of the kitchen, and I want more of an open concept anyway, so it's gotta go. There were a lot of fun surprises today, but now that it's 10 at night, I'm gonna pack up and go home. See you tomorrow. Yesterday was a big day, but today's an even bigger day because now I have to do something with all the rot that I uncovered.
Whoa, holy shit!
Right? Pulling this up, it's hard to believe a dishwasher can cause this much damage. And I was only just starting to uncover the horrible truth.
I find that the entire base plate that the house is sitting on is rotted through.
This needs to be fixed immediately, so I came up with a plan. I'm gonna jack the house up, fix all the rot, and then put the house back on top of new framing. I'm gonna lift up the house using these blocks. I'm gonna slowly crank it up and lift the whole house up, and then drop the house back down on the new framing. Now I'm ready to get all this insulation out of my way. And I'm glad I did, because I found a ton of rat poop in the insulation. With that out of my way, I can get back to the main event. And how I'm going to achieve this amazing feat is with, well, a wrench and a hammer. Like this. I was really nervous about what to do next, so I called an engineer to come give me a game plan.
You think is right?
Yeah. There's much to do, so I took a quick break since I had visitors.
Hey, beautiful babies.
Anyway, back to work.
And that's what's holding up the house.
Gone with the brush of a hand.
So it stopped recording, but I got the rest of these joists in.
And now that I saved my house from crumbling, I'm about ready to call it a day.
It's now 10 o'clock, and I'm going home.
Stay tuned, because tomorrow I plan my whole new kitchen. Good night. Here's what we found so far. There was so much rot damage I had to completely reframe part of the house. When I got that fixed, I realized I should probably clean out the crawl space because it is disgusting.
Oh my God.
So I bought new insulation for the whole house and got suited up.
Got these that I borrowed from the other suit. Most protection possible.
I'm wearing protection, but I still have to be cautious for any hidden dangers in the crawl space. This is the first of 3 sections I have to do today, so I have to move fast. Now it's time to re-insulate everything I tore out. I was supposed to design my kitchen today, but for whatever reason I thought this would be more fun.
That's all the space I have to work with.
This is
hell on earth?
I finished the second section, and now it's time to do the third and hardest section of the house. This is the biggest part of the crawl space, and I'm already tired, so let's see how this goes. At this point, I'm so itchy, I just want to go home. But I'm going to finish up so I never have to do this again. And after hours of discomfort, the crawl space was finally finished. Now all I have to do is clean up the massive mess that I've left behind. I've been looking forward to taking these itchy clothes off all day, and it didn't do as good of a job protecting me as I thought it would, but it was better than nothing. So just to recap, today we got an entire new crawl space, new vapor barrier, new insulation in the whole house, and on that note, I need a shower. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. The past few days, I've done a lot of damage to this house. But now I have a ton of trash to clear out before I start my next big project. So I called in a favor from my friend Mike.
Goodness, this is just baloney.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, you're welcome. See you later.
Now I can finally clear out all this junk and make room for the next project. I could just keep piling up the trash, but the whole point was to make this home nice again and not add to the problem. And speaking of problems, I still have to figure out what to do about this. There's glass on the seats and some Narcan. This is the last of 3 cars that had to be towed off this property, the last 2 being towed off before I purchased the home. Once upon a time, this was probably a really nice family car. But now, it's on to its new life with its new family. They wasted no time, started ripping things out of the car, and finally attached the tow hitch to drag this problem out of my life for good. I'm really glad this happened, because this car has just been an eyesore on my property. Thank you, guys. Yay! Anyway, I went straight to the dump to get this dirty work out of the way. I have so much garbage, this ended up taking 2 trips. But it's all gonna be worth it when this property is cleaned up and, well, soon to be beautiful. I'm feeling good, and when this load's done, my property will be completely clean. Oh no. The dump was closed. Damn it! So I came back the next morning to finish the job, and made quick work of it because I just wanted this to be over with. That's all I'm doing today, but tomorrow I start a massive project on my house. I'll see you there. Recently, I've been having some issues with electricity. At least one fire happened to my walls, and I heard these old homes have colorful breaker panels that can light the whole house on fire, so you definitely don't want to see color in your panel. No. Well, that's not good. So I called in reinforcements. And I'm glad I did, because this problem was way over my head. The city showed up to turn off power so that we can stay alive during this process. And with them here, we're in good hands. I think. Anyway, back to the fire problem.
We can trace that out. We have a little tracer. You hook on the wire and it traces it and you kind of see where it's coming from.
We're gonna do just that to find this wire that could burn down my house. And it was just hanging out live in one of my walls. Speaking of reinforcements, I called in my buddy Zach to help locate the live wires. We're gonna hunt down the troublemakers so my house doesn't burn down.
Huh?
We traced the wire that started the fire and then marked it at the panel.
Is that legible even?
Nope. Hopefully the electricians will be able to read that later.
That's not safe.
It's just inconvenient.
We tracked down and marked the rest of them, and we were getting pretty good at it too.
Yeah. Nice. God, I'm so good, dude.
There's one thing left. The electricity needs to go into the ground if there's a surge, so we need to install a ground, and I can't believe my house didn't already have one. But we're good, because she's gonna make that happen. Now that my house is that much safer, I think I'm gonna call it a day. So I'll see you guys next time. My name's Bodie, and I bought a trap house that I'm turning into my first home. I've already ripped up the floors, the kitchen, repaired a ton of rot, and started addressing the electrical issues. But I found another problem. My house has popcorn ceilings, which were all the rage back in the day, but now we know it's not all that safe, or all that pretty. It's all coming down. So I picked up Zach, and we went and got the right gear for the job.
Got myself a respirator, and it comes with filters.
So what we're doing today, we're taking the entire lid down. It's popcorn ceiling, it has to go. And we start now. We're only on room 2, and it's proving to be a struggle. I think we're doing pretty good, but that was the easiest part of the job.
Most of the work is ahead of us, and this stuff is not coming off easy. Yeah. We then had a surprise visit from the electricians, and they noticed something that we hadn't.
There was a fire. Fire? Yeah. It's a little bit charred, but it's okay.
Well, I'll deal with that later. With the finish line in sight, now it's time to start worrying about cleanup. And I know just the guy to help us with that.
Hey, Mike with the trailer.
Mike was kind enough to let us borrow his trailer again, and we got straight to work. It took us all day, but we finally got the lid dropped. We pulled all the nails and exposed the insulation, and that's the next job we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to pull all this insulation down, but I don't think we feel like doing that today. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yesterday, we took off my entire popcorn ceiling, and you guys said, why didn't you just spray it and scrape it? Well, we tried that, but with all the layers of paint, it was almost impossible. On top of that, the ceiling was sagging, so we had to start over anyway. And I'm glad we did, because we discovered there had been fires in my roof.
Oh my god.
We spent all of yesterday looking up, so today we're going to be looking down and addressing the plumbing issues. The pipes in my house look terrible, and it's probably the reason my sink was doing this. Anyway, I called in the pros to see just how bad the damage really was. And after crawling around my beautiful new crawl space, he determined that all of the pipes in my house were bad, and they all had to be replaced.
You either do it now or you can do it later.
I mean, we have it open. The house is busted apart. Like,
Yeah.
now would be the time.
Yeah.
So that didn't go so great. Apparently, all the piping is about to fail. Go figure.
I'm gonna be responsible for tearing out 100% of the old piping in the house.
Yay!
And I have to take out the entire floor so they can get at the pipes under the house.
And that's exactly what I have to do in this bathroom as well. Let's do this. But my progress was halted immediately when I noticed a huge problem.
This is what's holding up this entire wall.
They just cut it.
Wow.
Moving on. One down, one to go. That's not good. This is supposed to be a joist that holds up the floor. They cut the support joist in the other bathroom, and I'm really hoping that's not the case with this one.
This does not look like proper framing to me. That's not even supporting anything.
And that was helping hold up the bathtub, which they just cut to make room for the pipes.
That's crazy.
So now that I have the floor out, I'm gonna have to remove all these pipes, including the ones going underneath the house.
And there's a lot to do. So I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. And I'll see you guys then. Yesterday, the plumbers came by, and they determined that 100% of the piping in my house needs to be torn out.
You either do it now or you can do it later.
Well, I'm not doing it later, so I'm gonna get rid of these disgusting pipes right now. The pipes are galvanized, which means the water is gonna keep corroding them until there's nothing more than a pinhole for the water to squeeze through. Once I get this absolute unit of a pipe out of my way, I'll show you what I mean.
It's a good thing we decided to replace all these pipes. Just look at the condition they were in. These were the pipes to the house.
That's why the plumber said these are trash. Let's get the rest of them out of here. I don't want to keep all this fun to myself. Let's see what Zach's up to.
Thanks, Doug. I think my senses just accumulated. Or acclimated.
It took me 5 hours to get halfway done. So with Zach here, hopefully we can wrap this thing up pretty quick.
Oh, well, I found what the water heater was connected to.
I was hoping this would drain outside and not in my brand new crawl space.
That's a comic amount of water.
But the earth seems to be absorbing it pretty well, and it should be dry in a few days. Moving on.
This is the most fun I've ever had. I might need a mask at this point, dude.
No!
I'm going in, folks. I'm gonna go crawl all the way down there and cut this guy off.
How are we feeling?
I feel sweaty and itchy.
But it's not over yet. I still have to remove the drainage pipe, which is made out of solid cast iron and is incredibly heavy.
The last thing that needs to happen, see that pipe right there? That goes all the way to the other crawl space.
One last pipe, and we can finally go home.
There's barely any clearance, and my grinder wheel's about to explode. But it's almost the end of the day, and that's when people make mistakes.
I'm getting rid of the propane lines because my new system will be electric. But when I cut into the pipes, I could smell gas.
To make sure there's no propane left, he's gonna light a light, and if the house blows up, we're fine.
The smell was just residue, so we were able to get the rest of the gas lines out and wrap up for the night. Zach didn't want to dirty up his new car and decided to strip down to my front lawn.
This is what the end of the night looks like.
I'm okay going home with my clothes on. I'll see you guys tomorrow.